Hello everybody and welcome to Millennium Mines. This is a brand new park for us. We just got done with Sonata Springs last episode and we kind of previewed this one a little bit last time. But one thing we're going to do differently in this park is this ride is actually free right now. We're not going to make it free. We'll charge $1 to start with and we'll up it gradually. But this one is actually already charging an admission fee. So we're going to try going back to how we started our parks by charging an admission fee and still charging money for our rides. However, we're not going to charge as much as possible. We're not going to charge $4.10 for this. I'm just slowly going to gradually, those are the same thing, I am over time going to increase the price of a ride depending on how people react to it. So right now, people are still going on it, so I'll up it 10 cents for now. And I might come back and up it another more than that. I'm not going to do it 10 cents every time. That would take forever. But right now, everyone just wants to go on something more thrilling than it. So we shall give them something more thrilling very shortly. This park is going to be a slow-to-start park. And I don't mean I'm not going to build anything. I just mean that we don't have... Really, we don't have a lot of stuff to put in it yet. As far as shops and stalls goes, we have a restroom and a fries stall. And I'm thinking of doing a food court in this park. I think that could work very nicely. So I want to kind of make it in this general area. I think that could look cool. So we're going to do that. It's just going to be a strip with kind of shops and stalls all along it. Just sort of a little outcropping. And we'll actually do... Let's do a little seating area, too. That could be kind of cool. So if I put a shop on either... we'll do it right here. And I don't know quite how I want to make this yet. That guest just walked off my path and onto the... We're actually going to do a big chunk. I don't rarely ever do this because it doesn't really help with our guests' pathfinding abilities. But I want to put a bunch of benches on this area. And I can't put anything there because there's nothing for it to attach to. And we'll do some trash cans there. And let me go ahead and while I've got this tool out, I'll go ahead and add a few more throughout just, you know, because we always do. And because they're necessary. And before we get too much further, if it sounds like I'm talking very quietly or I'm not very excited, I am talking quietly and I am excited, but I feel like I might be coming down with a cold or something, so I'm trying to... Last night, my voice started going out a little bit, and I'm not a fan of that. I kind of like how it sounds, as weird as that is, but I'm trying to go easy on my vocal cords today. So if any words like I just said don't happen to come through completely, or I just sound lethargic today, that is the reason behind that. So it's not that I don't care. I'm still having a blast making these episodes, but it hurts right now. No, it doesn't hurt, but I just want to be careful and not overexert myself, especially when I'm talking. So that is why. Okay, so there is the makings of our food court. We don't have much at all here. We already have maximum funding for everything, which I'm wanting. Perfect. What's our loan? 10,000. I think we always start out with a $10,000 loan. I don't know if I've seen a park where we don't. We have the mine tour train here. I'll go ahead and leave if another station or another train arrives at the station. I'll go ahead and check that because this is a pretty long ride and it's not super popular either. There's not a lot of people that go on it. That guy already wants to go home. That's kind of sad. But so we got to build something exciting to start with. So we'll actually start with a wooden crazy rodent roller coaster. And on this one, this is definitely one that we're going to have the minecart design. I'm assuming we start with that, but there's actually a mini miner here already. We're not going to build that one exactly, but we're going to build it. And we're going to use the minecarts because this park is already sort of mine themed. It is called Millennium Mines. We have a mine tour train, so we're going to keep on with that theme. So I'm trying to think about, because this is a park that I really enjoy doing. We have free reign over where we put all of our footpaths, where all of our rides go, what kind of sections we want to do. If we want to like kind of subdivide our park into like different themes of sections, I guess. I don't quite know how to get across what I'm trying to say, but if you've ever been to like any amusement park, there's always, you know, different areas and they're all themed slightly different. So I'm thinking we could do something like that. Maybe in this park, we'll kind of see how it goes. I don't know. Is that a full train? I think it is. Oh, no, there's 2 seats empty. That was so close. Okay, but I want to make sure, because we have quite a bit of land over here, and this ride isn't going to take up all of that space. So I want to make sure I build it to where it can be easily accessible, or where the remainder of our park can be easily accessible. So I think we're going to do our station this direction, and then we'll start it, because I want the walkway to be over here somewhere in this general area. So we'll do the ride. Let's start it right here. That looks good to me. And then we're going to have shops and stalls here. So I want to make sure we take this up sooner so we can still put something there. We might not, but I'd like to have that option if we want to at a later date. That's not going to work. That's going to have to flatten out right here. And so for this ride, I don't know. I don't really have a plan for it. I do want to keep it in this space. I don't want to really put too much on this side of it because I want to leave that open for a walkway. And again, this is kind of what I was talking about with how I enjoy these kind of bare bones parks where we are the ones that get to choose what to build there, because it just gives you so much more freedom. And drink stall. We don't have any mechanics. So let's get a mechanic just for that for now. And we'll actually, we'll come back to him later. And we should probably get a handyman or 2. Let's get 2 for this to start with. One nice thing about a park that doesn't have grass on it is you don't have to worry about checking, or unchecking, I guess I should say, unchecking the mow grass option, since there is no grass to mow. And I think we encountered that in our second park, I believe, in Dynamite Dunes. And it's just so nice. And I didn't place that guy, did I? I gave him a path to walk, but I did not let him walk said path. So, okay, those are our 2 handymen. 1 mechanic's fine for now. And I actually want to give these guys kind of colors. So in a mining town, I would imagine a lot of people, I don't really know too much about mining towns, but I would imagine a lot of people wore darker clothes, especially the workers, so that they didn't get, if they're like in a coal mining town, their clothes would get just totally ruined if they wore bright colors. So we want to keep these kind of dark, kind of dreary colors. So this might not be the most uplifting park, at least as far as our staff uniforms are concerned. And we'll do gray for the handyman. I think that looks nice. And we'll do 1 security guard just for the heck of it. And 1 entertainer. Why not? What options do we have? The default ones. Let's do a tiger on this one. I don't know why. I'm in the mood for a tiger. And then our security guard, it's always black with a little yellow stripe there. I think that looks good. What does red look like? No, I think I like the yellow better. We'll go back to that. Okay, so that takes care of that. Let us resume building our roller coaster. So I'm trying to think how I can make this different from most other rides we've done. And I think we'll be able to achieve that just by making a special effort to make this longer than normal. Although, actually, that's probably not my best idea. This is going to run right into that, isn't it? Yes, it is. Scratch that. We probably shouldn't make this as long as possible, seeing as how this is our first coaster, and we have other things that we need to be building. So I want to make sure that we have the money to do so. But I do want to add some decoration, not probably in this ride, because honestly these supports are going to completely obscure everything that we try to do as far as decor goes. But we could get away with doing some stuff on the other side, and that's kind of what I'm planning on doing. I'd like to kind of like make a mining town as well. I think that would kind of be cool. It's not going to really serve too much of a purpose, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't be cool. Is that going to get in the way? No, it's not. Perfect. So we'll actually do that tighter there. And then another... And I think this goes straight. It looks like it does. Actually, it looks like it cuts in one right there. Let's find out. Yes, it does. Okay. So this needs to go down. It'll need to be a steep drop here. Steep, flat, and then a turn. And then we'll try to lose some of that momentum by going back up here. And so far, I think this looks pretty cool. It's very condensed. And honestly, with these types of rides, I think that is the best design choice, is to make them condensed. It feels a lot more wild and crazy than it would otherwise. So, okay, we're going to try to not wrap this up quite yet. I always try to make these shorter than I need to. My goal is not, like I said earlier, not to make this extremely long, because I do have other rides I need to build. But at the same time, I don't want it to be too short, because I always seem to, whenever I build these, I always seem to have a habit of, or not have a habit of, I always end up having way too many trains, or I guess in this case, mine carts at the station. So I want to avoid that. And we'll actually swing this around this direction, a wide one. Actually, can I do that? Oh, that looks cool. And we'll do one more station platform there. Okay. So, what was the name of the... Hold on, let me get these built real quick. Entrance there. And we'll do the exit right here. I'm going to make the line for this kind of long. Not super long, but I'm intentionally going to kind of weave it around a little bit, just because I think that would look nice. And what was I wanting to check? I wanted to check the name of the pre ones. So mini miner. I was going to go with a miner name, and I still might. What if we did... And let me make sure I'm not copying this one as well. That's why, that was the name I had in mind, and I was wondering how I came up with that so quickly, and this would be why. The Manic Miner. Let's see. Okay, let's actually build the paths first, and I think... Would red look better? I think red's going to blend in too much with the scenery. I think yellow would look good in this park. Yeah, I like that. I think that's going to go nicely. And we'll actually run this out to right here, because this is where we're going to extend our park. It's going to be in this general direction. And before I forget, let me go ahead and grab not our entertainer, our mechanic, and have him cover all of this. And I feel bad for our 110 guests that are getting poured on right now. Oh, and perfect, we got a steel roller coaster. I feel like I say it every time, but that's such a good ride to get early on in the game. I wonder, do I have the option to do covered trains here? No, I don't. I think that would be cool if you could do covered trains. I think that's an option. I think it has to be unlocked through the R&D tab under the ride improvements, but I think that's something that you can unlock. I'd like to do that on this park, if possible. Because, again, sticking with the theme, I'm doing a little bit of role-playing here, but if you're going underground in these tunnels, you don't know what kind of stuff could be falling on you. This is a mining town, and that looks so glitched out. All the cars are just appearing one at a time. But yeah, so I kind of made our food court area look kind of gross, but I think once we get more shops and stalls in there, it won't look as bad. At least I'm hoping so. And I hope no one gets lost here. That wouldn't be good. But okay, let's get back to this. So roller coaster 1, we're not doing mouse cars. We're going to do mine trucks, obviously. And I wonder if I could do small roller coaster cars in the style of mine trucks. If I do 1 car per train, does it double it? It does. And 2 is the highest we can do. We can't do any more than 2. Let's actually try 2. I'm going to test this twice. Once with both. So we'll do a test here right now with 2 cars per train. We'll look at the results, and then we'll do another one with 1 car per train. So I think that, I don't know. I don't think I've ever done 2. It looks strange seeing it on this track, but I will paint this and get to all that and just making sure nothing crashes here. I don't think that'll be an issue. Yeah, we'll be fine on that. So let's go ahead and start painting this. And it looks like as far as ride time goes, we shouldn't have any issues with having too many cars. If anything, we're like 1 short. So, no, I'm not going to modify the station. I like the size of this ride. It's a nice, good size. Okay, let's paint this. I'm thinking brown supports. I think that looks a lot less hideous. At least as far as the food court is concerned. Ooh, I actually kind of like that one better. Normally I don't. Normally I like the other wood better. But that gives more of a mine feel to it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think I like that better though. And then for the track, the side of the track, we'll do black. Again, this is going to be kind of a drab park. Nothing's going to be too crazy. I might make some of my coasters more vibrant, but... And I like that color of minecart too. I think it looks better than like a gray wood. Yeah, that blends in a little too much. How does black look? I think I like the... Actually, let's try red. No, I think I like the green best. We'll go with that green. I think that was my favorite of those 2 we tried. Okay, and then we need a name for this. So let's actually open it as well. So these are mine trucks is the name. I was about to do Manic Miner again. Shame on me. Let's do Coal Town. Carton? Like carting, not like a carton of milk, but carton. I don't know. I might change that later. Again, I feel like I'm getting kind of sick. It's sort of like a head cold, so the creative juices are probably stopped up somewhere in my head, and they're not getting where they need to. So, again, subject to change, but Coal Town Carton for the time being. And that's okay. We'll charge $2.50 for this. I don't know why everything's defaulting to free, but... And again, we might come back to this later and up the price a little bit. Speaking of upping the price, we'll go ahead and up this to $150, see if people still ride it. I hope they do. Yeah, that guy still wants to go on it, so that's good. And yeah, we don't need to change it from full load or wait for anything. It's only a 4-person load, so I am not worried about us not getting that, so. Okay. I don't know how I want to expand this park. I don't want to just go in one direction and leave one side barren. I'm trying to think. I had an idea in mind for a steel coaster design using multiple stations, actually. And I don't know how well that's going to work. Maybe later on we'll do something like that. But for now, we need some revenue. So we'll go ahead and do our somewhat standard. And I think we're going to take somewhat standard shuttle loop design. Sorry for not finishing that thought. I need to be better about that. We're actually going to take a note out of Evergreen Gardens book, and we're going to lower this here. I didn't realize that would adjust that entire thing. That looks kind of cool, though. And that'll make it look even cooler when it comes out of there. Okay, cool. That's happening. So if you haven't figured out what we're doing yet, if you remember the shuttle loop we built on Evergreen Gardens, I know that was a while ago, but I remember it, plain as day. These went underground a little bit, and we're going to do the entire station, minus that first one right there, underground, as well as the entrance and exit. I don't know how many we just did, but that should be enough, right? At least I hope so. We don't need underground view anymore. And we only have the option to do a vertical loop. So we're going to do one of those. But not right here. We're going to go kind of up and down a little bit first. Can I do a on-ride photo section? Not right there. That looks kind of ugly being that high up. So we'll actually do 2 pieces up there, and then we'll do 1 piece down just for the sake of symmetry over this main path. Does that actually correct? No, it's not. Okay. What did I do differently? Oh, I didn't do a piece of flat track. Okay. That's why. So I need a flat piece, not a curved piece, to maintain my sense of symmetry there. Okay, so there we go. That's better. And we will do... Actually, we'll do the on-ride photo section, because that, again, will help us make a little bit more money. And we'll do a loop to the right, just to utilize as much space as possible. And see, I'm so glad we're getting this message again. We can start charging more money to get into our park. We're actually going to up this to 15. Normally I like doing it in increments of 5, but let's make sure people still are willing to pay that. Okay, they are. Good. We just need to make sure we get some rides to justify that price here shortly. That's not going to work. We're coming from 24 here. Ooh, this could be kind of interesting. Let's try that. I don't know how that's going to look. It might work just fine as far as everything is concerned. But in this land is all going to be in our way, isn't it? Huh. The exit should be just fine. Usually don't have any issues with an exit. But the entrance, however... We're actually going to lower this all the way down to, let me do height markers on land real quick. Height marks on land. So this needs to go down to 11. And now I can't see it, but I think that's where we need to be. It is. That looks kind of funny. We might actually change the, we'll take a look at our options here. We're actually going to change the entrance style. Ooh, we have log wooden cabin style. I think we're going to do that throughout the park. I think that fits the mining theme much better. Yeah, I like that. And I think that actually unlocks as part of the mine theming objects. So it's kind of wanting us to do that. So we're going to obey the game and do just that. So let me see if, now that that's there, can I put footpath on top of this? No, it still treats it as the same height. So let's go ahead and add a fence there, because I don't want people falling in. And of all these fences, I think this one looks the most mine town-esque. So we're going to actually block this off so no one falls in. We're going to try to do a little bit of these kind of decorations here throughout this park. I'm going to try, I know I say this a lot and I don't really follow through, but I'm going to try to do a better job actually theming my park. I know I say I'm going to do this and that, but in this one we actually have objects that look good and will fit in with everything in this park. So, like right there, we could do a little something, and then some, I don't know, some wagon wheels there, maybe some barrels about here. I don't know. I just think it'll add a lot when it's all said and done. So we'll do one on its side just for good measure. A little storage depot. I don't know. It's kind of cool. You get to be a little bit more creative when you have objects like that to work with. So I actually kind of like this color. We need to do this in, oh, wrong thing. We need to do this in powered launch mode. And let's go ahead and give this a couple tests. We definitely need more than that. So we'll start at 40. But let's, ooh, that might be perfect. Or just a hair too slow. It's a hair too slow. We're actually going to increase it by 5 miles an hour. I got to make sure that doesn't fly off the track, but yeah, because that doesn't even make it all the way back. So we definitely need more juice than that. Man, this mine train is actually picking up. We might be able to do it even one more than that. I don't like how that looks, though. I think it looks kind of goofy. So we're going to... Again, there's no supports there. So we're going to take it up in this direction. And I think that's how high we went earlier. So did we add any more to that? We did not. So we'll go up to 47 and give that one more test. And then what should we name this one? Ooh. So a lot of these, I normally theme my rides or name my rides sort of around how they're built, like something loop, because it's got a loop in it. I don't know. In this one, we're just going to try to stick with mine names, kind of like we did in Sonata Springs. So Gold, I had a name, and then I started explaining the name, and now I've lost the name. Gold Rush Glory, and sometimes naming it gives birth to a name. Sorry, naming it gives birth to a color scheme, and sometimes doing the color scheme gives birth to a name. So I think that actually looks kind of cool. What if we did the bright yellow on the side? Ooh. It doesn't look like it makes that much of a difference, but if you go back to this yellow, it's just a little bit darker. This one gives it a little bit more life to it. I really like that. And then the train itself, I kind of like the black supports. Let's try brown. I think if we stick to brown supports in this park, it's just going to look a lot cleaner. And so we might try doing that. But I think that looks good. How far are we? In June? All right, so we're almost done with June, so we'll wrap this up and call this episode quits. We are getting close to broke here. Let me actually, before I finish painting that, let me get lines built for this. So that way we can get people on it and start making some money. So is that going to start where I want it to? It is, actually, so that's nice. And what if we do our lines... What if we have them come up? I don't know. We need to start going up right away. Ooh, okay. So if we do this... I'm trying to think. Some of these decorations might actually need to move. So we might relocate some of these here in just a sec. That's actually most definitely happening. So I want this to come up right here. Do we get any money back? Yes, we do. Okay. So this will drop down here, and this will go down 1, and that should connect up just fine. And from the looks of it, all of our park is already... it has this... I guess this is just brown dirt. Yeah, it has a brown dirt top, and then this wood siding. So we shouldn't have to change that as we modify the land. So... Okay, and that's yellow. And while I've got this out, let me go ahead and Where are we at? There we go. I'm going to change this up too. I think yellow's going to look very nice. It's kind of the color of gold. We can do like a gold town, a coal town. Maybe the mines here are fantabulous and we get a little bit of everything. So I think that's kind of what we're going to do. Different elements. Okay, and this exit can go... Where's a good spot to connect this up? What if we do it back out to here? Can we get away with doing that? Will this clear... No, it won't, but no one sees this part, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And so if we're flat there, if we're able to build that, then we need to actually bring it up one more. So we're going to lower this, and we're going to lower that. Perfect. I like that. And we're actually going to do a no entry sign here as well. With the themed no entry sign, because we can. Or I guess it's a do not enter sign, not a no entry sign, but they are the same thing. Let's make sure this guy can cover all of that, and it looks like he can. Actually, this guy will need to extend his reach just slightly to be able to get to everything underground on that footpath. I think that'll work at least. Let me see if I can drop him and have him head back underground. There we go. So let me make sure he can cover all of that, because people are going to be puking as they get off this thing. Let's make sure he takes the left, goes all the way to the exit, which he does. Perfect. Okay, so that is Gold Rush Glory. Let's go ahead and open it for the public. We need to still paint the train here, and it's all in same colors. I want to do different colors per train on this one. No, per vehicle. There we go. I know what I'm doing. So we'll make it just yellow to start. We'll change that up here in a sec. Different colors per vehicle. So vehicle 1, yellow. We'll do white for the bases on all of them, just to start with. Actually, let's do black on the bottoms. I think that would give more contrast with the track. Okay, so vehicle 1. So we're going to alternate in 3s. Or what are we going to do? Let's try to do all these different. Okay, so vehicle 1. Vehicle 2 will be that yellow and a black. Vehicle 3 can be orange and black. I don't know if I like that. 4 can be... What's the nicest transition out of orange? Maybe that? What if we do... Sorry, I'm trying to make this look good on the fly, and that doesn't always go so great. Vehicle 3, vehicle 4 will be orange. And then 5, we can do gray, or white, gray, and black, maybe? We'll see how that looks. This could look awful. I'm not sure. We'll see it as soon as it launches. Assuming people are even on it. White, gray, and black. Okay. And what am I charging for this? Nothing. So of course people are still going to ride it. Let's see if we can get away doing $4 on this. We totally can. That guy's a whip. Is it too expensive? Yes, it is. Okay. We'll go down to $3.50. And this is kind of one thing that's nice about having that free entrance, is you know what you can set your rides at. Now it's a guessing game. Oh, it's already gone. How does that look? That looks pretty ugly. Okay. Change of plans. All in same colors. Yellow, black. Actually, let's try doing this softer one. Yeah, done. Cool. That fixes that issue. Okay, guys. I think we've got off to a pretty decent start. Let's make sure this mechanic can cover everything. We're going to just have this one guy doing it all. So he'll need to be able to get all the way down here, and then also I'm going to give him some footpath over here just to make sure that that underside is covered there. But yeah, he should be able to cover all of that, and that's all pretty close, so I'm not worried about him not being able to cover everything. So, okay, guys, I think that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope everyone is excited for this park, because I know I am. I love these parks where you have the option to kind of do what you want, and just kind of make it your own. I think it adds so much more fun to the park. There's so many more little things you can do. So, and we're gonna do these kind of decorations everywhere, but I think that adds kind of a little atmosphere to this entrance. So, alright guys, I am going to call it for this episode. Thank you, as always, very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. I hope you guys are excited for this park. I know I am. I might be repeating everything I just said 30 seconds ago. My brain is not really with it today. But if I did, I apologize. I'm going to stop now. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.